everyone, welcome to Remote STEM class. It's Mr. Dowd here. Happy Friday. We made it through the first week back from break, which is fantastic because I'm ready for the weekend already. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go to Google Earth and show you the rest of the tutorials for it. So for some reason, my Google crashed and it's not showing up here. So I'm going to go ahead onto the search bar and type in Google Earth today. Now it shows up. Google has been crashing a lot recently, which is not good, but make do with what we got. Hopefully it doesn't crash again. Oh, perfect, it loaded this time. So I left off at Hawaii, which is where I was showing you my project, right? Which is over in this here, Hawaii project. But today I'm actually going to go to Lawrence, good old hometown. Lawrence, Massachusetts. Where is this in Lawrence? I don't think I've ever seen that before. But anyways, let's go ahead and zoom in so I can show you some more of the works around here. So I've already showed you projects, so next we'll be down to map style. Okay, so you see right now it shows Neko, it shows the braces, it shows different things, right? Different points of interest. If I do clean, it shuts off all of them except for where I just looked up. So it's just a clean map. Okay. Exploration will show borders, labels, places, and roads. So if I zoom in, it should tell me where the roads are. Maybe not. But it shows you just the basics, right? But if I want to see everything, now it shows me every single store in the area. It shows me Wendy's, it shows me everything. Okay. So if you want to learn everything about a place, you'd use this. I personally like the Explore button because when all of those labels are out, I find it very clunky. It just fills up the entire thing, which I don't like that. And then there's also the custom. So what custom does is you can manually turn on what you want to see and turn off what you want to see. So right now transit isn't on there, but if I turn transit on, it'll show you, you see how this just popped up? So it'll show you there's a public bus stop right here. Okay, stuff like that. And then roads, it'll show, so this is Amesbury Street, this is Common Street. Okay, I'm going to keep it on exploration. So the next thing I'm going to have us do is go over to this baseball park here and let's get measurements for it. So that's this next tool down is the measuring tool. So when you click on that, let's get it off map style so we can see the whole page. Okay. So with the measuring tool, you can change a distance here. So right now it's in meters by default because everywhere else but the United States and one other country uses the metric system. At one point we were supposed to switch over to that, but it never happened. But anyways, we're going to be doing it in, I think feet will be a good one. So it's inches, feet, yards, miles, and smoots. I'm actually not entirely sure what a smoot is. I'd have to look that up. But anyways, let's go to feet. So let's say we want the distance around this baseball field. All right, so I'm going to start here, and I click, and I drag up. So that's 253 feet. There's one side. But if I want to get the area of it, I can go ahead and click and click. Obviously, this won't be a perfect shape unless I really click on the points. But now it shows area. All right, so let's switch that to square feet. So if you want to just get a side, so if you want to just do a side, just see how long a side is, just click once. Okay. And if, I'm running out of time here, I'll go ahead and explain this more next class. Okay, guys? Have a great Friday. I'll see you guys all on Monday. Bye.
So today I'm making a Moroccan style chickpea and tomato stew. This has no meat in it. There's nothing right now in the pot. The chickpeas are what you would get for protein, right? Some people put in beef to their stew. Some people put in, I guess you could put in pork or whatever you want. Some people don't eat meat. They are vegetarians, so they eat a lot of beans and chickpeas and nuts and things like that. So that's why there's no meat in this, but you still would get your protein. So a stew's like a very thick soup. Okay, so it could be a meal. It would be fine for a meal for me. Some people might not think it would be enough. It could be a good lunch, I guess. If you make like beef stew, you can have it with salad. This you could have with salad. And I also have some bread you can have with it. So first I'm putting in, I cut up some carrots and some onions. Half an onion actually. And I'm putting this in the pan to cook. Okay. So I'm gonna let these cook. You can also make this in a crock pot, which is one of those big pots that I make soup in sometimes in the beginning of the year, which I need to make some more big pots of soup. This is just a stew, so it's a lot thicker actually than soup. All right, so these are gonna cook in the olive oil for a few minutes. And then I'm going to put in some spices and some chickpeas. Okay, so first I will add the chickpeas. These are the chickpeas, that's what they look like. Okay, I'll add those in. Turn it down a little. And I'm going to add some tomato paste. Okay, I'm going to mix that in. All right, so I'm going to stop right now because there's a few things I need to do, and then I will be back. Okay, so I've added some spices. So let's talk spices. I have this thing in my kitchen. It's a spice rack. See? Lots of spices. So I added paprika. This came from a meal kit, so paprika. And I added some ground cumin. And I added some garlic, a little bit of garlic powder. But I also have them in here. Red crushed pepper, things like that. Okay, so I added some spices. And then I'm going to add 1.5 cups of water. Okay. Mix it all up. There's tomato paste, there's salt and pepper. And it almost looks like a tomato soup, actually. Reminds me of that. Because it is a tomato sauce. So if you like red sauce, you'd like this. Okay? So, but again, it is a stew. I keep saying soup, but it actually is a stew. Okay? So you would keep stirring, and I will, until it boils, and it will get thicker. And then I have these breads that I can dunk it in when I'm done. Let me show you what it looks like. Now, if you've never had chickpeas, why not try them? They really don't have much, I don't think much of a taste. They're always good if they're mixed in something like they are into this meal. Okay. So I'm gonna try to put the soup in a cup without, or the stew. So it still needs to get thicker, but I'm gonna put some in here just to let you know what it looks like. So there you go. And then you have some bread you can dunk it in while you're eating it. Okay. It's a lot thicker than soup, so it might take you a bit. But other than that, it looks good, really good. Turn it down so it doesn't burn. And this would feed probably 2 people. Okay, though if one person ate it all, that'd be a lot. Anyway, so that's it for today. Until next time.
Hey Gators, welcome back to Language and Play. Alright, today's the big day. You are going to film your New Year, New You monologue. You're going to do so on Flipgrid, okay? Remember, we want to see some personality. I want you to believe in what you're talking about, and I want you to come across that way. Alright, show it in your face. Make sure you're smiling. Maybe you have a very serious face. Depends on what your resolution is. Okay? Maybe try and add some comedy. Maybe try and add some tragedy. Add whatever you need. But make us believe your resolution. Make us believe what you're going to be saying. All right? Can't wait to see them. And I am going to play mine right now for you. You see this smile? I spent a lot of time trying to get that smile right. My teeth are very important to me. And you know what? All this soda I've been drinking is going to rot them right out of my mouth. I'm going to have to walk around talking like this. What would you think of your teacher if they had to come around in class talking like this? Because the teeth rotted out of their mouth because of soda. This is why I'm making a change. New year, new me, no soda. All right? I am changing over to seltzer water. I enjoy seltzer water. It's got that fizz, gives me that same sensation as drinking a soda, but no sugar to rot my teeth out of my mouth. I'm hoping to be an example for others. I also want others to stop drinking as much soda. It's just not healthy for you. All right? This is also part of me trying to trim down a little bit. When you guys see me in person, you're going to see less of me. All right? I got to get rid of this quarantine weight. And so do you. So, this is my New Year's resolution. I am going to drink less soda this year. And I'm going to stick to my guns on this one. And I want you guys to keep me in check. If you see me drinking a soda, call me out on it. All right? So, my friends, my fellow Gators, I pledge to you as my New Year's resolution to drink less soda. Can't wait to see what yours is. Good luck, everybody.
Hey guys, today we're going to continue working on our cityscape. Okay, we have our city skyline here. And we're trying to create the look of space and distance back here. So in the background, we have those taller skyscraper buildings, but we want them to look like they're farther away. So we used some overlapping and made these buildings a little bit skinnier. They're taller, but they're a little bit skinnier. These buildings are a little bit skinnier or narrower than the buildings that we have in the middle ground and the foreground. Okay, so last time we talked a little bit about adding some windows and using some techniques to create the look of distance again. So if you look carefully, you might notice that the windows that I made on the taller buildings in the background in the distance, I really just made some lines, just kind of like a suggestion of a window or windows. So I either made really small windows or I just made a lot of vertical lines just to give the sense that there are some windows there, but the buildings are so far away that maybe they just sort of blur into those lines. In the middle ground, I started to create some more realistic looking windows, what you might expect to see. Okay, and then in my last row of the larger buildings, I'm really going to make a lot of detail in those windows. Okay, so this one is almost finished, but we're going to go back to where we left off last time, and your drawing should be looking a little bit like this at this point, because we didn't really start doing windows yet, but I just wanted to show you what the finished product might start to look like. Okay, so you're going to have a lot more details there. So I'm just going to start by making some windows and show you what I did for this example. And then I will let you guys go off and add all your windows and details to your city skyline, cityscape. Okay. So again, you're going to need a pencil and a ruler. So I'm just going to show you first how I made those windows on those distant buildings in the background, like for example, this skyscraper. So I'm just going to use my ruler and make some vertical lines, but I want to make sure that they're the same width apart, just so it looks good. They're not really going to be too close together for that one. Okay, and then I just make a horizontal line going across the top. So that's what I did, and it just gives the appearance or illusion of some sort of windows there. But it's so far away, again, you're not going to see squares and rectangles. It's going to look more like that. All right, so now for our middle ground, which is here, I'm going to start to make more rectangular looking windows. Okay. So something like that. So you're going to start to really see some defined windows in the middle ground. All right. And then for the buildings that are really close in the foreground, you're going to make some very, very distinct looking windows with a lot of detail in them. So you can just make some squares or some rectangles. Like this is fine. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go. Go ahead and start adding some windows. And then for the last time that we work on this project, we're going to add some details to the buildings and maybe make them some storefronts. And you can add a road right here and maybe a couple of cars or people walking around. Okay, guys, so good luck adding all your windows. I'll see you next time.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Virtual PE. I'm Miss Reedy. Alright, you made it through the first week back of school after vacation, and we're going to continue working live in our workout rooms on Fridays. So we hope you come and join us. If you haven't been doing any work, we hope you take advantage of this great opportunity to turn in some work today. Alright, so let's have some fun, get into a breakout room, and let's get to it, guys.
Thanks for watching Enrichment TV, Gators. Remember, work hard, be nice, and we'll see you tomorrow.